Namaskaram everyone. So the Kashmir Files movie has now been released and is causing quite a wave, quite a stir in many different venues, along with the denial of such acts having ever happened, the denial of the depiction of the history, of the numbers, of the process, of the severity. And the controversy swirls, and the International Movie Database rating of 10 out of 10 also faced a degradation due to unusual voting activity, quote unquote. And now we are faced with how to respond as Hindus to this overcoming the historical ongoing Hindu Holocaust, whereby Hindus are routinely attacked and are attacked by people who have the idea that it is their religious duty to pick up large machetes and go to people who identify themselves as Hindus and swing those machetes into their body and slice and cut their face and their body and attempt to cut off their hands and legs until that body is dead. Hindus are faced with this on nearly a daily basis. You can see the ongoing news. Why? Because they are Hindus and there are so-called terrorists who have the idea that it is their religious commitment to take large knives and cut Hindu bodies into small pieces. This is the reality of what Hindus are facing today and have been facing for the better part of 1,000 to 1,300 years. These histories are documented in many of the Frishta histories of the Mughal rulers and otherwise, who bragged about mountains of Hindu skulls or kafirs. And so this is some of the history, and now we need to understand how should Hindus overcome this. So the idea is not that we become violent or we become terrorists or we start killing people or blaming people or fighting with people. So what are Hindus to do in such a situation? Here is something really for everyone to take, something to chew on and take a second look at and have some considerations of what is the purpose of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And if this existence is all part of the same existence, how should we really be treating our brothers and sisters? Is it really necessary that we go out with the attitude of revenge or vengeance? Or really, what can we actually do? In some religions, when they get inspired, they start converting others. In some religions, when they get inspired, they start practicing terrorism. In Hinduism, if they get inspired, they start meditating to achieve enlightenment. There's a link at the bottom in Nityanandapedia Wiki. You can find more related to this quotation. This is where this quotation is taken from. And so this is what we're seeing is when some religious zealots get extremely inspired about their religious life, they start converting others, converting Hindus. And when some religious zealots get very excited, inspired about the religion, they start killing others or killing Hindus or performing terrorist acts against Hindus. So how do Hindus overcome this, Hindus? If we are really based in Advaita, the oneness, and Ahimsa, non-violence, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the entire world as one family, then how are we to overcome this? How are we to treat our life and our family members, and how are we to progress forward? Now, the strength of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is what? Is in the seemingly impossible, seemingly eternal existence being manifest by the feet that walk on this very earth. That is why it is why Sanatana Hindu Dharma continues to be great and a great influence, is because it has great impact on this earth itself, on those of us who are here. And it has been embodied by the great masters. The masters who surrendered everything to the Shastras, to their guru. Now, the greatness is in that experience as a living being. Not each of us is feeling that, oh yes, I am the world's greatest enlightened being. But we have the history of the enlightened masters that show that it's possible, and they're teaching us from the space of Advaita that you can achieve it yourself. Now, how did they do that? By following the Shastras. And where was their support coming from? By others who were living the Shastras. Who are those people? Those people are not the regular people, you and I on the street. Those are the enlightened gurus. Now, why are we abusing our gurus? Now, who should we blame for abusing our gurus? Anyone other than ourselves. So from the space of ahimsa, as spiritual warriors, what are we fighting against? Is it the solution to go out and pick up arms and start fighting people? That's not ahimsa. That's not treating our family as one. And that's not operating from the space of Advaita. Now, what is it that we really need to overcome? It's our own ignorance. Meru Tantra defines a Hindu as one who has renounced all ignorance and inferiority. What is a Hindu is defined in our Shastras, specifically the one who strongly adheres to the conduct guided by the consciousness, even if pain is caused to him by violence, who serves the Vedas, cows, and the deities is called a Hindu. That's from Buddha Smriti. We already know what is a Hindu. It's not one who goes out unnecessarily violent, fighting people. The warrior that you need to be as a Hindu is a spiritual warrior for Dharma. Dharma rakshati rakshitaha means when you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. What more greater protection you can have than what Dharma can provide for you? And how do you get that? By surrendering to the Dharma, not by going against. Now, Sanatana Hindu Dharma doesn't need anything from outside. We're not needing anything. We're not needing to prove anything to anyone. We're not needing to destroy anyone or convert anyone or kill anyone. What we need is to do what we know we're supposed to do as Hindus and encourage and support an ecosystem and others who do that. There's no need for us to be violent. The decline of the human civilization is not because we followed Sanatana Hindu Dharma and the principles of oneness and living in the space of Advaita with all beings. The decline in the human consciousness to Kali Yuga has come because we stopped living those principles. Running out for whatever you call as modernity, for revenge, that is only going to create eye for an eye, which leaves us all blind. So Hindus, what we need to do is live as all of our lineage of enlightened masters, incarnations lived, and how they're telling us, and the worship and experience that they're giving through our ancient temples. It's a living science that is almost dead. So we don't need to go out fighting people. We have nothing to prove. We have nothing that needs to be proven. We have nothing that we need to gain from anywhere outside. We need to be our own strength and strengthen our own community, strengthen our own resolve and our surrender to Sanatana Hindu Dharma, live the agamas, live according to the non-vegetarian lifestyle, live according to ahimsa, meditate on it, learn about it, build your body strong through yoga, learn the chanting, share the healing, engage others in doing that, build a strong ecosystem where we continue to celebrate life, which is every aspect of the Hindu day through the entire day. If you look from morning to night, entire civilizations are engaged just in manifesting celebration of the deities, whether it's working in the fields to provide the necessary foods for Naivedyam for the deities, or even in the cotton fields to produce the cotton to create the clothing to offer to the deities, or taking care of thousands of cows to provide milk for Abhishekam. The entire civilization is engaged just in celebrating. We don't have anything we need from outside Hindus, and don't look for excuses from anyone else. That's being criminal, negligent Hindus, saying we don't have what we need, or we have to go get revenge, or we have to go and do something we don't already know. Hey, the gurus and the enlightened masters who came before us, they already knew, and they lived it and proved it, and that's why we venerate them. Nothing from outside is needed. What is needed is you look inside the warrior. The spiritual path for the warrior is against the asuras, against the negativity, against the violence, against the self-hatred, against the inner agitation. Nothing outside destroying, nothing outside is going to make you feel complete inside. Only you going beyond your own limitations inside and your own ignorances, as Buddha Smriti Meru Tantra tells us, the Shaivagamas, and all our enlightened masters before us lived Only living as that will give you solution. Don't think something outside is needed. If you look at what is happening, mostly Hindus are attacking their own tradition. Then what are you expecting? Don't think you're going to find something else outside that Sanatana Hindu Dharma and our lineage, Guru Parampara, the longest lasting and only Enlightenment civilization has provided, has not already detailed and already manifested. You just have to have patience and align to it. Instead of making fun and losing that resolve, get yourself on liquid diet, join Pachapatini Vratam, and start learning to do pujas and chanting, start learning to heal yourself, and get out of this Maya matrix that's destroying everything. We're not blaming anyone for that. How to overcome the Hindu Holocaust? Tell the truth, not by killing and converting. Tell the truth about what happened, share with more people, align to the spiritual truths, the needed, necessary truth of Dharma, Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Live it more intensely and you'll experience it, you'll model it, you'll stand up strong. What we need is a community of Hindus that supports ourselves and survives, not destruction of anyone else. So Hindus, stop trying to blame other people. Let's get back on the horse and do what's necessary.